Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It's a Sunday night. The weekend flew by, and here we are getting ready for the market. So first, let's look and see what's going on. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this evening? And here we go. Let's take a Sunday night look at the charts. We have a nice list for this evening. We'll go through pretty quick. We'll check it out so everybody can get back to enjoying their Sunday evening. It is a short week, guys. 4th of July is Friday. Remember, a couple months ago, I said 4th of July would be here like that, and here it is. And let's get ready for the short week here. So Monday through Thursday trading here, and Thursday could be a little slow, but who knows in this market. So let's get to it and see what's going on, buddy. How was everybody's weekend? Let me know what you guys want to see. We have a heck of a list here, and I'll just cruise right through. Here we go at GCTK. That was moving on Friday, and that was cruising up there. And let's see what it did. It pulled back in the after hours, it appears. And let's just take a quick look and see what's going on. What was going on? I was just looking at these things, and then now it doesn't want to work. How about that? Anyway, that's great. Let's see. I was just using TrendSpider because I was just cruising through and seeing things. Let's see. I mean, I have to launch it again and see what's going on here. There you go. Let's see what's happening here, guys. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. And GCTK. Oh, there you go. Like I said, it was cruising Friday. It did pull back in the after hours, but it closed at 6:15. It was up to 994. So we will keep an eye on that. It doesn't look too bad right there. GCTK, again, it was run up a little bit of pullback and not too bad right there, but we will keep an eye on that one tomorrow. And this TRNR is interactive strength. It did reverse split the other day. And let's see, it looks like it wants to get cruising. You can see that looks like a bottom reverse split right there. And we'll see if it can get cruising back up there. We've looked at it before, TRNR. And like I said, it did just reverse split, and we'd like them to fly off of that reverse split. So keep an eye on that one. And how about HIT? This was a good hit right here, and it was cranking up, and it looks like it wants to run up a little bit more. I'd mentioned this one before, and look at that setup happening. Ran up, pulled back, and it's running up again. And there you go with HIT, and it is not looking bad right there. And John Kerry, I will look at AREB right here, American Rebel Holding, and it is one of these footwear accessory ones. And let's see, it's down there. I remember it was running up pretty good. It looks like it's trying to curl off right there. Let's take a look and see. It did have some good pullback there, closed at 135. It opened at 142, so it did close down. We'll look and see. It did pull back. That could be that bottom right there, and get cruising and rolling off the MACD there, John. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And that Wang and Lee is on the list somewhere, so we'll get to that. And FedEx wasn't looking too bad after that good pullback. Remember, we said it would get set up, and here we go. It is looking pretty good right there for FDX. So keep an eye on FDX right there, because that is not looking bad. And weekly options that would normally expire Friday, July 4th, expire on Thursday, July 3rd. So remember that, since the market is not open on 4th of July on Friday. So just remember that. And FedEx is looking good right there, so you might want to keep an eye on FedEx. And I don't know what UPAR or whatever the heck I was typing in, but I was trying to get the UPS right here, and that one's setting up, not looking too bad. So keep an eye on UPS. FedEx looks pretty good right there as well. And how about that AV? That was flying up and moving up a little bit more on Friday. And we did see this one early, right before it flew up right there. We were looking at it, and boom, it flew right up. I don't even know why, but it certainly did. And let's see. Didn't really say too much there, and that's about, they had some earnings, I think, but that was about it. And I guess they beat them. And AV Aerospace and Defense right there, not looking too bad. It did get to the top, so just be careful, but it wasn't looking bad on that run up. See if it pulls back, wants to curl up, but we'll look and see how that opens up tomorrow. And that is AV. And how about our OCGN right here? back under a dollar. It's hitting that support line right here at about a dollar. It looks like it wants to pull back, but it's going to get set up. It could actually pull back into the 80s right there. So it does look like it has a little pullback. It could have some right there. You can see it, and it could come right down into the 86 area and get set back up the run. It was a great run up, and now it's just pulling back right there. OCGN. And let's look at that QMCO that was trying to run the other day. They definitely had earnings. Oh, wait, they had earnings. They have earnings Monday. So tomorrow they have earnings. And this thing could go either which way. Look at it trying to curl up, but it could bounce off right there. Let's take a good look at it right here. MC, and that's not looking bad. Like I said, it is trying to set up, and that does look like the bottom right there. So definitely want to keep eye on that. That one's just kind of pulling back as it's something. All right, well here I think like everything's like stuck. I don't even know what's going on. That's I did try to flip it over, and it didn't do anything. Holy cow! All right, let's see if that's working. I have no idea what's just going on there, guys, but I think it's on now. Let me check. Yeah, I think it actually is. I had to restart the whole thing, and glad you guys hung out. So, yep, that's working. I just had to put it on there. So, oh, holy cow! All right, there we go. All right, let me get back to this and see what's happening. I tried to click over earlier, it didn't go on. I wasn't even paying attention. I just started going through things, and then all of a sudden, it just got jammed up there. So let me go ahead and just set this up real quick and see real fast. Let me just add this real fast here. Boom, and just get launched in there. Here we go. All right. So we went through a couple of them, and let me just do one other thing. I'm gonna just do this so I can open up X. I had to close everything and restart the whole thing, and now I think it's all working. So I think we're good to go. And there we go. All right, we are back live. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Video was lagging. It was all messed up. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys saw me messing around, but it was like not really working here. So I just restarted the whole thing, and now we're working on a Sunday night. So let's get to it now. I'll just start the show all over. How about that? All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. Content that's financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody? Hope you're having a good Sunday night. And here we go. Let's rock and roll. Couple minutes behind, but a bunch of people on. Glad you guys stayed on. I got it figured out here. Nothing was working. And let's cruise. And I went through a few of them, and I doubt anybody could see anything. I'm just going to go through real fast just to go through these couple on the list. GCTK, not looking bad Friday, a little healthy pullback in the after hours. It looks good now. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. So we are cruising now. Thank you, everybody, for being patient there. Like I said, this StreamYard was just all jacked up. It was all frozen, and then everything was frozen up. I'm not sure what was going on. I was just using everything, but I restarted it real quick, and now everything's working. So here we go. And TRNR, guys, that is doing the old reverse split. It just did, actually, and it started running up a reverse split there on Friday, and it's running up, not looking too bad. Interactive strength, so we will keep an eye on that one. And how about HIT? That was a good hit, and that's popping up. It did jump up a little bit more. We talked about that, and boom, I would look at HIT for tomorrow as well. And FedEx, I definitely want to go over this because it's looking really good right here. FedEx is looking nice. And remember, we said it was getting set up off that dip, and there you go. And UPS is not looking bad either and trying to get bullish there. AVAV had popped up pretty well the other day. Ran up a little bit more. It's in the top, so be careful. But that was a pretty nice run up. And OCGN is pulling back here, and we'll have to see. It could pull back into the 80s right here, so be careful. And I was just talking about these why nobody could pay attention, so I was doing a show for myself, and then I realized that nothing was working. So here we go, QMCO. They have earnings tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I thought they were Friday, but they are tomorrow right there. And so this one's curling up. It could go either way, but that does look like it bottomed out. And QMCO is not looking bad. And this RGTI right here, let's see. Let's see. It's not RGIT, it's RGTI. And there you go. And this is in that channel. It is not bad, but it's not looking like it wants to run just yet. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And QUBT right here, it was up a little bit, trying to curl up. Still doesn't look great. Again, QBTS right here, D-Wave Quantum. That looks like it could pull back. And the QMCO we just looked at, and QTUM is the Defiance Defiance ETF right there, Quantum ETF. And this has been in the top, came out, and this one could not. This one is trying to crawl through. It's way up here, and this one could get knocked down right there. As a matter of fact, QTUM. So these bad boys, I mean, it looks like it could go ripping through. What it closed at? It opened at 191.50, and it even closed up. I'll have to look at this one in the morning. QTUM. It's been up there, and we'll see if it can hold itself up. And the IONQ right here was pulling back, and could pull back a little bit more. And the Z space wasn't too bad. It was a little bit of pullback, but came out of the basement. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that one. ZSPC. And that RCAT right here was down. And then we'll look at the big cats right here, the lion, and that was up. And you saw I was looking at it at the beginning of the show. I don't know if you could see anything actually, but I was looking at it and it got stuck on this. But the line was running up. Remember, we said it was going to get roaring, and it certainly did. And it's not looking bad. And the cheetah right here was trying to cruise up and not looking bad either. And of course, JAGX right here is trying to get set up. So we will keep an eye on that. It's in the basement. We'll see what JAGX can do, but it's not ready yet. And again, the cheetah not looking bad. And of course, that lion was roaring. So there you go with the big cats right there. And let's keep on cruising and look at Holo. It was pulled back right there. And we'll see if it can get set up. And again, I bet if there's some good China news and trade deal news, they will get set up. So that's what you're probably waiting for on Holo. POWL. Powell, that was going Powell the other day, POWL. And this one is cruising. And look for this to try to run a little momentum in the morning. That was a Luis Rodriguez one right there. And POWL. And it isn't looking too bad right there. We'll have to look at it in the morning. UNH. Remember, this thing is getting set up, guys. We were talking about it. And here you go, UNH. So you might want to keep an eye on this thing because it's about to get cruising right there. That's for sure. And how about Bull? This one's trying to get set up a little bit of pullback. It did run up the other day. And again, it's trying to get set up. So keep an eye on it as it sets up. Watch for any pullback on Bull. And we'll watch to see when it gets really bullish right there. And this Wang and Lee right here, I know somebody had asked about it, and it's not what it is. It's what is it? WLGS right there. I don't know why I wrote it down, but somebody wrote it, asked about it. Fly Eagles Fly. That's a Philly person, probably, I'm sure. And Wang and Lee, we've been watching this bad boy right here, Fly Eagles Fly. It's in the basement. It kind of looks like it's trying to bottom out right there, trying to curl up. And we have been watching this bad boy to see when it wants to get cruising, and that could be the bottom. I'll look at it tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And that AREB could be bottomed out also, John Curry. And I was looking at this and probably telling you, and you couldn't even hear me, but I did take a peek at it already. So it may be bottomed out. Excuse me, on the AREB, and we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. So I did look at that when everything was all screwed up as well. And there you go with them two bad boys. And Lulu not looking bad here, trying to curl up. And we'll see if it can get cruising through. But we were looking at it the other day, and it did run up there a little bit. Looks like it bottomed out, and it is curling up. So keep an eye on good old Lulu. I think that one's looking pretty good. And this GRYP is the Trump Family Crypto Company or something like that. It has something to do with that anyway. I don't know what they're got going on but if I could type it in, we'll look and see what it's doing. But it is getting set up, guys. I'm telling you, wait for this thing. It's at the 50. This 20 is almost ready for it. And I am telling you guys, crypto is getting set up, and it looks like crypto wants to get cruising. I said this a couple weeks ago. You guys know that. And it is setting up. CLBR trying to run up. Remember, Trump Jr. has a part in the on the board on that thing. And so there you go. It's CLBR, so definitely keep an eye on them too. We did our GTI. And LAES right here wasn't bad the other day, pulling back a little bit on Friday. Let me take a better look at it and see if it wanted to cross through. No, so you couldn't get through. We'll look at it tomorrow. That sells Seals Corp or something, Seals Q Corp, whatever it is. And yeah, we'll take a look at LAES. Like I said, it didn't look too bad. Maybe a little healthy pullback, and it'll try to get cruising right there. So I will look at that one. And BBAI right here is that big bear, and we were looking at that, and that got blasted off. It's into the top right now, so you might want to keep an eye on it, see if it has some more momentum to run up there. We'll look at that in the morning, see what it wants to do. And let's look at ZETA right here, Zeta Global Holdings. And let's see what Zeta is doing. It's down 23 cents. That looks like it was trying to pull back a little bit right there. Let me take a better look at it. And that looked like it was trying to bottom and try to go up. It could pull back a little and try to set up. So I'll keep an eye on Zeta right there and see if it can get cruising. And there we go. And let's see. Let me just cruise through it, and I will definitely get through and take a look at everybody's picks and what you guys are saying. So let me just roll right through, and we were lagging behind because of the crazy technology problem there. The StreamYard was just not working right, but it came on. It's doing well. And here we go. So yeah, I'm just going to cruise right through this list real fast, and then we'll go through and see what you guys want to see. We'll go through the market, see what's happening. Crypto's getting set up, and then we'll see what else is happening there for this week. It is a short week, being Friday is 4th of July, so keep that in mind as well. And then we'll cruise through and see what's happening and let you guys get back to your Sunday evening. So here we go. And it is basically a holiday week now, starting with Friday being closed. So I don't even know. The market could be a little slow. It's been a little wild with Trump. So who knows? I don't think 4th of July is going to phase it, or this week it could be rocking all 4 days here. So last week was wild. And let's see if this week's going to be wild. And TLSA, it's not Tesla, it's Tizizia or something. Tiziziana, I don't even know. Let's spell this out. Tiziana Life Sciences. And it looks like it's pulling back right there, I would say. Somebody asked about that, TLSA, and it does look like it's pulling back. I'd wait for it to get to that 20 to see what it wants to do. And URGN right here, Eurogen. And that one looks like it's actually trying to curl back up there. It was in the top, pulled back out, and now it looks pretty good. You keep an eye on that URGN for tomorrow. That's not looking too bad. And my size is MYSZ right here. Let's see what that's doing. My size. And that is an Israeli software company, and it is cruising up there. So that could be a good size one tomorrow to keep an eye on. My size, 115 to 138. It's at 129 right there. So keep an eye on that to have some momentum as well for good old YSZ right there, and AUUD. Let's see what. Oh, that's a nice setup running up there on Friday. We'll have to see what it wants to do tomorrow, but definitely keep an eye on that, guys. In the morning, that looks like it's going to keep some momentum as well. AUUD, so keep your eye on that one. That one looks pretty good. NVCCN right here. Let's see what that's doing. I don't even know what that is. Doesn't even come up on mine, so I'm gonna say that I'm not sure what it is right here, but let's see if something pops up. I might have wrote the wrong thing down. I don't even know what that is. If I wrote that one wrong, somebody let me know what it is, and I'll look at it. NLSP. That one was cruising up on Friday, curling up, and it's hitting some or getting through some support there, but it has some resistance to hit. It's going to hit that resistance at about $3, and we'll see if it can get through. And obviously, it is going after a weekend, so sometimes they're a little tough, but I would keep an eye on that in the morning as well. NLSP could have some good momentum right there. And let's see what GLMD is doing, that Galmid Pharmaceuticals, and this is one we looked at last week, I remember, and that could be getting set up there. So it had a little healthy pullback, and that looks like it's going to roll off, and we love when they're up and over the MACD right now and they roll off. That's our favorite. So keep an eye on that GLMD and NIXX right here, Nixie Inc. And let's see what Nixie's up to. It looks like it's just pulling back and getting ready to set up. It's not ready just yet. So you have some time, it looks like. Look at that, trying to set up your 20s over. And I don't think it's going to get really blasting off. It still has to get through the 50. And then it has the 20 up there. So I'll look at it tomorrow, see if it wants to do anything. IROH, Iron Horse Acquisition, that looks like a shell company, and it is right there. And that's why, because it looks like one, and then it is. It went into the top, it came down, and we know these shell companies are wild, guys. So they certainly can bounce right back up. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. You can see it was pulling back there, and that does look like it was Friday's date, and it did close at $10. It opened at $13.20, and it came down to 951. So I'll have to look at that one tomorrow. That Shell Company, IROH, and GVH. A lot of people are talking about Globevend Holdings right here. That's an Australian logistics and integrated freight company, and that dipped down quite a bit the other day. And let's see what GVH is up to. And 21 to 41 right there, dipped down to 11. It's at 14. Definitely one to keep an eye on, and could get curled up right there. So I would keep an eye on that one. I will actually keep an eye on that. What is it? GVH. I know a few people mentioned it, so we will be watching GVH right there. See if it gets set up tomorrow or ready. IXHL right here. That one's getting ready, guys. Remember we were saying it was going to get wait for that to come down. It ran up not long ago, and now it's just kind of waiting to get set up. So it should have a pretty decent setup right there. Keep an eye on IXHL. We'll keep an eye on that. Keep it on the list so we know when it's ready to pop. And INMB looked like it had already popped up there or did something crazy. Let me see what it did. And it was running up Thursday, ran up some Friday, 1021 to 1448. And it's down at the fives now, and I'm not sure if that's going to get a bounce off that look. So I'm not sure what that's up to, but definitely took a nice dip right there after it ran up. They had an offering, it looks like. So that'll do it every time. INMB and IREN right here, Iron LTD. That's running in the top, and you might want to keep an eye on that in the morning for some momentum right there for IREN. And let's take a look at INDO. These ones we were looking at, the oil and gas ones, and they did pop up the other day. Then they kind of calmed down a little bit after the the truce or whatever, and then they were still firing missiles or rockets at each other, but nothing came of that. And I guess there's still peace talks. I'm not even sure what's going on over there at the moment, but this doesn't look bad to try to get curled up, guys. So we are going to keep our eyes on them. Oil and gas ones, see what they're doing and what's going on there. And TMDE, that one had run up, pulling back there. We'll see what's up with that. And even that Robin Energy right there was way up there and pulling back. So we'll keep an eye on these, and that should get set back up. It's just not ready yet. And BNZI right here, Banzai or something like that. That is a U.S. application company. Almost looks like a China company. And but here we go. It's pulling back right there. BNZI right there. And yeah, it's not exactly right. It's going to try to curl up, but I don't think it's ready just yet. So there you go. And Bitcoin is approaching 109,000. I did notice that. Ethereum's at 2508, Ripple's at 219, Cardano's at 57, Doge is just under 17 cents, and Bitcoin's at 108.75 or something, 715, 108, 715 right there. So yeah, crypto not looking bad at all. And actually, watch this. We'll just jump right in because you can see it right there. And let's take a quick look. We'll just do a little crypto timeout, and you can see Bitcoin's getting ready to get ripping, guys. I told you this was going to happen. Ethereum's getting set up. Solana's getting set up. And Ripple's getting ready to rip its face off right there. I was telling you this last week. Doge is getting ready right there, too. That looks pretty good. Cardano looks pretty good, as a matter of fact. They all look pretty good to me. So get ready for crypto to get moving, guys. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, and then we'll see what the ETF can do. I think it was still pretty far down there. I'm not even sure, but let me just take a quick look. I did look at it, but I totally forget where it was at. And let's see. Hold on. Let me just pop on here and get this up there. Come on. Here we go. Oh, wow. It's at 2 million market cap right now. I think it was at 2.1. And we'll see if it can get cruising, because I'm telling you, crypto is about to get rolling. So if this is the bottom, that's perfectly fine. It can get ripping from here, and that would be good. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on that as well there. But yeah, crypto looking really good, guys. So might want to keep an eye on that. And CMPS right here. Let's see what Compass Pathways is doing. This one's way down there. And a good setup, I would say, trying to get curled up. Your 20s coming down. It will have one of them quick run-ups, that's for sure. So keep an eye on it as it gets set up, but you're probably going to hit that $4 area and get slowed up right there for CMPS. And PSTV right here is down trying to get set up. And it has a little bit of time, so you could have a little bit of pullback, but it doesn't look too bad to try to get set up in the next week or two. So there you go with that. And I'm just going to keep on cruising. There's some over here. I know these were from Luis Rodriguez right here. EL. Estee Lauder. Remember, we were looking at that before. We were looking at it way down here. Now it's getting up to that 84 area. So you keep an eye on that, see if it can hit that resistance. But that was a good one. And ARM was strong. And you can see that one's still pretty strong right there. So keep an eye on ARM. Look at that. That looks like it wants to run up some more. Yeah, ARM's looking pretty good. And how about that HUM? Remember what I said, guys. I mean, Luis Rodriguez knows what I said because he hit me up and said, damn, that was pretty good. Right here, I said, watch for it to pull back and hit that spot right there. I mean, it did exactly that and then bounce up. It did that exact thing, Luis Rodriguez. There you go. And it does look good. We probably should get through that 50 now. It's some momentum, and we'll check it out tomorrow. But HUM not looking bad. So there you are with that one. And we read that one perfectly. I know that. And how about HIMS? Because that was pulling back and then trying to get set up here. And remember, I had some big pullback, and here we go. It hit that MACD, bounce back, and now we have that set up here. And let's see if it can get cruising. And again, we know it's going to run up as it curls up. It's a matter if it can get through, but play the curl up first and then worry about if it gets through. And then that will be a little extra, but you want to just make sure you're playing it smart on the curl up. And then there'll be some other ones that are firing up as well. So there you go at HIMS and DUOL. That one is Duolingo. Duolingo is Duo going out the top bottom right there. Let's see. DUOL, and that is curling up. That looks like that was the bottom there on Thursday. So keep an eye on that one right there. DUOL and Grab right here. Grab Holdings, and this one is trying to curl up as a matter of fact. Good old Grab, and yeah, that's not looking too bad. So you might want to grab some of them. And T-Doc, Teledoc, remember we were looking at this and it's curling up, and Teledoc is looking pretty good right there, I must say. Keep an eye on that one right there. Teledoc looking good, and KULR right here. And KULR Technology Group curling up, not looking bad. KULR, let's see. And yeah, keep an eye on that recent reverse splitter right there. And that one is trying to get set up. I'll have to keep an eye on that one right there for us. And that is KULR. And here we go. I'll go through the laptop travel list real quick. And our Jolie's Jams, we didn't do them last week because I lost my voice from Vegas, and that was a wild trip. And what a difference a week makes. I was thinking about that on Friday. I was like, holy cow, last Friday I was in Vegas. That was a wild trip. And then this Friday I was moving pavers around and building a patio. So you just never know. But anyway, it does look pretty sweet if you didn't see my little patio. This KULR is looking pretty good right there to get set up. It was jumping up there and not looking bad. So keep an eye on that one as well. And here we go with our laptop travel list right here, AREC. Remember this coking coal sector, and it is pulling back, but it's getting set up. Remember I was saying they will get set up and run back up there. So keep an eye on that one. And BRLT, let's see what Brilliant Earth is doing right here. And that's trying to crawl through. It's through the 20 right there, BRLT. Not looking bad. I don't know if it's going to cross up, but it wasn't looking bad on that little run up. And let me see what that is. CRDA, that's what it was. Crawford and Company. I know that. And this thing is trying to crawl up, as a matter of fact. CRD, and then it should be like a dash A right there. And it is trying to set up in that channel right there. So I'd have to look at it tomorrow coming off a weekend. And CXAI, that one is trying to set up as well. So you keep an eye on CXAI right there and see if that's trying to run up. You can see it had some momentum on Friday. And again, we're coming off the weekend, so it's hard to tell. And this EONR, this one was trying to get set up. It ran up, and now it's some big pullback. We'll watch for that bounce right there, and that would be a great one. So we'll keep an eye on that EONR. And FKWL or Franklin Wireless. That's looking, that one's looking pretty good right there, guys. FKWL. Oh, I hate when that happens. FKWL right there. Franklin Wireless. Keep an eye on that one. That's looking good. And GAMB right here. Let's look at GAMB and see what that's going to be doing tomorrow right there. Gambling.com. And gambling looks like it's a good gamble, I would say, at the moment, if I could type it in. GAMB is looking good, curled up right there. And gambling.com, not bad. And I don't even know if that's a C or a G, but we'll have to try them both. Is that GMGI? That's what it looks like. Golden Matrix. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good too. The Golden Matrix. Let's see. Let's get into the Golden Matrix right here. GMGI, Golden Matrix Group. And that isn't a Golden Matrix, guys. Might want to look at that one. I've never heard of it, but it's looking pretty good right there. And how about JNUG? That is one of the miners, gold miners anyway, and the junior gold miner actually. And this is just pulling back there. It is going to be bullish, but let it pull back and we'll get a better spot. So that is JNUG right there. And this is NUG. This is one of the gold miners, and that's pulling back as well. So there you go. And Barrick Mining is a gold one, and that's pulling back too. So there you are with the gold ones. And let's see what KPTI is looking like. Caro Pharma or something. And just a little bit of pullback, nothing too crazy right there. And let's see what Maxon. We haven't looked at Maxon Solar in forever. Let's see what that's doing. That looked like a good bottom right there. It's curling up. I don't know if it's getting through right there, but it's been running up. It actually did curl through. It's in that spot where it could pull back. I'd have to look at that tomorrow coming off a weekend. And SMSI is Smith Micro Software, and that was trying to get into a good spot. I think you're just going to get some pullback at the moment and try to get set up, so let it pull back first. And that is SMCI. And SNES, we've definitely been looking at this thing, and this is that rodent one that we've been looking at with Ben, and it is ran up there some more. It's in the top. Might have a little pullback as it sets up, but this thing's been on fire, and we've been early to the party with SNES thanks to our Discord, which is the best Discord. And I will be on there this week. We'll be trading, getting crazy. It is a 4-day week, so we'll just ease into it, guys. And then when we come back after 4th of July, it's on. So make sure you're all ready and prepared. I just have to do some last minute setups out in the shed. I was waiting for a couple attachment things, adapters, so I could get everything set up, but you'll see it. And I forgot to order the other monitor last night, so I'll get that tomorrow morning. And yeah, I got like 5 monitors. Wait till you see this setup. I'll have it all set up for you, and I'll take a video so you guys can see. But yeah, I made the little patio, so it looks good out there. I'll make that look good, and you guys will see what it looks like. And like I said, we're gonna get wild out there, so I'm looking forward to it. I know that. And like I said, it is a short week, holiday week, so it's all good if it's not a popping week, but we'll make sure we play the market accordingly, make sure we're ready for when this thing is when we get back, so we know exactly what's going on. It's going to be a 3-day week, Friday off, and then Saturday, Sunday, obviously when we get back Monday, it's going to be all on. And Monday might be slow because people take off, but that's perfectly fine, because then the market will be cruising right through. And like I said, crypto is getting crazy looking, and I think the market's going to be ripping. We may have that one little pullback, but that's what we want to catch. We want to catch that dip. That's why I'm saying we'll be keeping our eye on it, just to make sure we don't get caught in it over the holiday. That's why I'm watching this thing as these things approach the top, and our SPY got to the all-time high. So that's what we're going to be watching, and we don't have to get real crazy because we have plenty of time ahead of us. And you want to be patient and do it the right way and be smart. You don't want to get caught chasing them when they're at the top like they are, and then they pull back on you. Rather just wait. So we'll be playing it perfectly, trust me, and we'll make sure we know exactly what's going on as usual. Just to give you a quick heads up going into the short week right here. But UBFO right here, United Security Bank Shares or something, and that thing was running up, and you might want to keep an eye on that, because that could be a little runner right there. UBFO, it looks pretty good right there. It was jumping around. It did close down, but doesn't look bad. And let's look at that UVXY. and that's been way down, and that's like the VIX basically. And look at that thing, and I still don't think it's ready. It was trying to set up again, guys. We were watching it try to get set up here, and here we go. And I don't think it's ready now. It actually pulled back. It was supposed to roll off there, and then the market went to its all-time highs like we thought, and that could just be an early look, and then it keep going back down. So I'll be watching it tomorrow, as a matter of fact, and you know that. And the VIX or the futures were up, I know, going in, and the VIX was down on Friday. I do remember that. So that is what they look like. And yeah, look at that VIX. If that crosses through coming down, guys, I mean, the market's going to be ripping for another week or two with no problem. So that's what we're keeping an eye on, just to make sure we know exactly what it wants to do. And WBTN right here, we Webtoon Entertainment, and that's getting set up, guys. So keep an eye on WBTN Webtoon right there. It was a little bit flat right there at the end, but not bad. And WDC right here, Western Digital Corp, a little bit of run up and then went flat as well. WDC. And here we go. Like I said, that one's way in the top, and we got to be careful with that one. And XBIT, Biotech, and we had looked at this. It was pulling back, and now it's running up there. XBIT. And let's see, it did have that big run up that one day. And there you go. It is getting set up. So you might want to keep an eye on that this week, too. It looks pretty good to get set up for XBIT. And there you go with your laptop travel list. Let's look at our Jolie's Jams. We'll go through our SPY crypto or SPY big caps mag 7, all them. We looked at crypto already, and then I'll see what you guys want to see, and we'll just get cruising through our Sunday night, pick out what looks good. And again, it is a short week with 4th of July, but I'm telling you guys, we're getting set up to get crazy. They're already we've been crazy in the Discord, trust me. And I've been posting them, and I mean, you could have played a bunch of them last week that were good poppers. Ben had some big poppers and a huge day the other day. So it's going to be unbelievable. And that's the benefit for you guys. You get all of this, not just one person. So you get Ben, the Godfather, and myself. So if you have any questions about the Discord, please let me know. Shoot me a message. I know a couple people did. I sent you guys over the links, and like I said, if you have any questions after you sign up and you're not sure exactly how to link it up, because you have to link the 2 accounts up, the Discord and the other one, and then it'll tell you to click a button and you're in there, and then you get everybody. So any questions, just let me know, and we'll get you walked right through. And yeah, I know a couple people in there. Sam's on here. He wants to see MRVL. I know Sam's been excited and happy in that Discord. I know I've seen him in there, and he knows that they've been crushing it, and he's been playing a lot of good picks right there. So let's see, had a little bit of pullback right there. Good evening, Janica. How are you this evening? And MRVL, let's see what it wants to do here for this week. A little bit of pullback. I'll have to look at that tomorrow morning, Sam, just to make sure it wants to it was just some healthy, it looks like it's just healthy pullback as it wants to continue up. It is pretty bullish, just don't want to get some extra pullback there. So that's all. We just want to keep an eye on that, and we'll take a look at it and see right there, Sam, and we'll look at that tomorrow. Let me jot it down, because that one has been a good one. Marvell Technology. And again, on a weekend, coming into a short week too, it's a little bit weird. So we'll just make sure it's some healthy pullback and can get cruising. And it could be fire if it jumps right up back up there. Like I said, if that's healthy and it bounces up there, that thing could be popping. And let's go right ahead and we'll look at our SPY Mag 7 big caps, all them bad boys. And then we'll go through and see what you guys, the rest of them, the rest of the ones that you guys want to see. So let me know if I missed anything. Here we go with the SPY. And again, who said it was going to all-time highs, guys? I said that a month ago. I was standing behind it, just like I did for the election. I never budged. I just said, hey, we might see a little pullback here, but I still think we see them all-time highs. And boom, it went right through that 610 like it wasn't even there. And that's why you stand with your gut and know that it's going to do the right thing. So all you had to do is have some SPY options, some call options, and you rocked it right there, because we knew it was running up to all-time highs these last few days. So there you go with that. And here's our Apple. And I'm telling you, this one has been getting set up here. it's just taking its sweet old time, and you should see it start to get set up even better this week, as you can see that 20 trying to curl up there. So keep an eye on Apple. We'll watch that, as a matter of fact, like we do. And Amazon's been jumping up and could see the top right there. Bezos just got married, and so we'll see if that makes the Amazon stock pop up. I don't know if that has anything to do with the stock, but he did get married, and it was like a 3-day ceremony in Italy or something crazy, like $20 million wedding. He has the loot, I'm sure, and so yeah, they had a good time, and I'm sure they had a good time. But anyway, the Amazon looks like it's about to have even a better time right here. So there you go with Amazon. Isn't Amazon Day coming up? As a matter of fact, I know it is because it's like July 8th or something. I saw it recently. And Google, we said that's been setting up and running. Hidden resistance could have some pullback as it sets up, but so just watch for a little pullback, but it could be really good. And Meta's still running up there and not looking bad. And Microsoft, guys, what a beast it's been up there. And we'll see if it wants to continue to run up for Microsoft. A little bit of pullback there. And of course, NVIDIA was running up in its all-time highs and looks good in the top. But again, look at them. They're all the way up there in the top right here. So we are going to be a little we're going to keep an eye on them and pick out the best ones to run up for that day and trade them really smart, especially going into a smart week here, a short week here, and you want to trade them smart. Test a little bit of pullback, but nothing crazy, and definitely getting set up there. And let's look at the Roaring Kitty crew and AMC looking a little better. As we said, it will run up as it curls up. Not sure if it'll curl through, but it definitely will run up. And there you go. You might even get it up to that 20 there. GameStop was in the same similar situation, and it could have. We'll have to look at GameStop tomorrow after the weekend. But definitely it was curling up there, and a similar situation could run up and then come back down. Chewy was setting up as well, and another one in a similar situation. So we basically have to look at all of them. And Unity is trying to run up, and it's trying to get through the 20. And all four of them, I would say, have a pretty similar situation going on right there for the Roaring Kitty crew. And Netflix right here was up. And like I say, this thing just runs, guys. 1,300. It's in the top, and it's going to run. Remember, I said it was getting set up and it was bullish. Well, there you go. That's why. And AVGO is pulling back a little bit, and we'll see what it wants to do. You do have it running up like this. It has to jump up pretty much tomorrow into that 272 area. So it's going to have to bounce and stay in that top. And I don't know how long they're going to stay up there, but they've been monsters. And MU right here, similar situation coming down. It's going to have to bounce back up into the top. And if not, they're going to definitely be dipping down. TSM, there you go. What did we say? It was going up there, and that one doesn't look too bad. As a matter of fact, let's see what it looked like in the after hours. I'm just kind of cruising through. We'll be looking at these again in the morning. And that's why I'm just kind of flying right through. SMCI, that one had been popping up. We'll see if that's just some healthy pullback. It appears it is. And AMD had been popping up. It's in the top, and we'll see what it wants to do. And of course, QCOM right here was set up, and it's been running up there, and this thing's getting really set up. And if you were in the Discord, you knew that one was a good play. And it's going to continue to be INTC right there. It's been running up as well and wasn't looking bad. Let's see what it did right there. Yeah, it was just running up. We'd have to look at it tomorrow anyway. And PayPal wasn't looking bad the other day, and that's still getting set up. Just watch for some pullback. Snow's been in the top and still running up there. So we'll see how long it can. But again, these things, once they run up like this, they're going to pull back. That's for sure. And we're just going to have to see how much of a pullback. And I don't know if it's going to be too much, maybe just a month or so and a light pullback. And then they get ripping again, guys. And they're going to be ripping. And like I've been saying, midterms are coming up, and Trump is going to he wants to smash them out of the park. And what a better way than have the market running at all-time highs and the economy just cruising along. And he's been calling out Powell now pretty much craziness for not lowering the rates. And you know who's been saying that for over a month. And again, guys, I just read these charts. I don't make things up out of thin air. It just tells you what's going to happen and what should happen. It has been for my whole life, and this has been going back as long as I've been alive and as long as the market's been running. These charts just don't lie. They're the money trail, guys, and you can see what's going on, like I say. and we do it all the time at a pretty accurate pace here. So here we go. Let's cruise through the rest of these. Snow, Dell. Let's look at Dell. It was up there again. A little healthy pullback is what it appears, but we're definitely going to be looking at these tomorrow. And Palantir had a big old dip Friday, and I forgot about that. And Sophie's still bullish and had been looking good. It's in the top. And Mara and Riot have been setting up. They are a little pullback, but not looking bad. Riot right there, not looking bad. And Clean Spark's been setting up and ran up and just a little healthy pullback. And MicroStrategy's not bad either, and looks like it could get cruising, guys. So keep your eye on them. Coinbase right here. That one pulled back. I was going to say Friday it pulled back. We'll see if it can bounce back up. It had run up pretty well. And again, if they come out of the top, they're probably going to pull back, but they haven't every single time. So that's why we really have to keep an eye on everything. And DJT right here is getting set up. It's just run that bottom. Watch for any more pullback right there, but getting set up. And Fun right here is trying to get Fun. So you want to keep an eye on that. And of course, Mountain's getting set up right here. Has like a week or two. And again, with the short week, it throws things off. Remember who said McDonald's was going to be looking good right there? And there you go. McDonald's is a slam dunk for a Big Mac. And Boeing was cruising back up. And again, might not cross through, but when they curl up, they like to run. So might not want to hold on to it. And it was a Friday. It was running up. So don't want to hold them necessarily over the weekend. Space just pulling back a little bit. We'll have to see what Virgin Galactic's going to do. And here is IBM, just a little bit of pullback. That's been in top. Let's see if it pulls back, guys. Has some good support back here, but could be a nice little pullback. So we'll keep an eye on that IBM. And Disney right there was running up a little bit more. And in the top, Oxy pulling back, but trying to get set up. And ExxonMobil, the same thing. A little bit of pullback, but looks like it is trying to get set up. So I'll be keeping my eye on them. Nike, look at that. It blasted off. Remember we said it was getting bullish? It sure did right there. And DXYZ Destiny Tech 100. And this thing is trying to set up. It's not ready yet. So, yeah, like plays like Nike right there. We'll be crushing these things in the Discord, I promise you. So there you go, guys. That's your Mag 7, your big caps, and all them bad boys. Let me see what you guys want to see, and then we'll wrap it up and be back at 7 a.m. for a short week for 4th of July week, as 4th of July is Friday. And let's see, hit the market right there. Chinese search giant Baidu has said it will make its Ernie generative AI large language model open source on June 30th, a threat to OpenAI and then Anthropic and its own Chinese rival DeepSeek. So there you go. That could be interesting. I'll repost that one out, Luis Rodriguez. And we did go through them bad boys. And also the Wolf Show is tomorrow, the small cap show. So you can check that out at 1 o'clock as well, because that's always a great show. And last week I didn't have a voice on that show, but this week I do, and everything's good to go. So yeah, I just had come back from Vegas. That was crazy. And let's see, like I said, we went through AREB, John, and Fly Eagles Fly. We looked at Wang and Lee. Options expire Thursday, even if they expire Friday, because the market's closed. And the New York Stock Exchange markets will close early at 1 p.m. For 1:15 for eligible options on Thursday, July 3rd. So observation is 4th of July. So guys, it's one of them weeks where, you know, I like to play it safe when things like this happen, especially when we're getting to the top. We will find the poppers, don't get me wrong. But if it's not as crazy as a week, you know why. I definitely like to play these kind of weeks safe, because things get a little wild with these options and days closing like this and holidays. People, the banks and things, bankers, the big players like to take vacations early. Let's put it that way. It kind of throws off the market sometimes. We'll be watching it. You know that. We'll be doing a pre-market show, the night shows, and we'll know exactly what's going on. And let's see what's going on. So Luis Rodriguez, thanks for letting me know that the stream was running again, because like I said, everything was screwed up. I had to reset everything. And DC something, I don't know, it's DC Thurber 1124, long time follower. So there you go. Thanks for commenting here. And I hope I went through yours. If you had posted them up there, I'm sure I did. And Estee Lauder, it sure does keep going up. And that Circle did have some really good pullback. It was like $25 or something on Friday. 33. I know it was right around there. And it's actually coming up here. So we might be able to keep an eye on it and see what it's really doing. The RSI starting to actually show something there. But yeah, some good pullback there. We'll see if it has some more right there for CRCL. And that Marvel may pull back a little more tomorrow, but this week should be fire. That's what Sam was saying. And I was looking at that Marvel, and that's what I was saying too, Sam. If it gets a little pullback and bounces up, it will be fire. Let's see, CRWV. Let's see what that one was doing. You remember CoreWeave? Yeah, that one we talked about when it first came out. That ran up big. And I know they talked about that one as well in the Discord. So you guys know that Discord is fire. And this thing, we'll watch it to see if it wants to get rolled back off right there. But that thing just like started out and ran straight up. That thing was wild. And Lewis, it launched in April, stunned at its performance since it has been a wild one. SOND right here, Sonder Holdings. That looks really good. A lodging one, SOND. Check out Sonder right here. That looks really good to try to keep some momentum. Luis Rodriguez, not bad right there. And how about Justin, LITM? How are you this evening? Justin, looked like it bottomed out. Uranium's due for a run as oil cools off. And let's take a look at it. Snow Lake Resources. We used to look at this one a lot before. I remember it ran up a lot. And let's see what it's up to. Just a little healthy pullback there on Fridays, what it appears. LITM. I was trying to run up. I think that is a little healthy pullback. And so, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on LITM. Let me jot it down right here so I can take a peek and remember good old Snow Lake Resources. So we will keep an eye on that one, Justin. And let's see what that CYN is doing. I know it was running up the other day. It was crazy. Can't even talk. Thursday, a little bit of pullback. It's still in the top, though, I have to say. Let me take a better look at it. Oh, man, that one's a tough one there, Janica. You gave me a tough one with that run-up. I mean, it has some healthy pullback. I think it could possibly stay in the top. I would say 4 a.m. crew, definitely keep an eye on this. And at 7 a.m., Janica, let's take a look at it with that with the LITM. We'll take a look at CYN and LITM. I just wrote it down, CYN, LITM. And yeah, we'll look at it because it is a really tough look right there over the weekend with that healthy pullback. It could run up more. That's why I'm saying 4 o'clock crew. Look at it. It's in the top still. So that's the best I can tell you. I wish I could be a little more pinpoint on it, but it is a tough one right there. And sometimes when I look at them sometimes and I'm like, it's better just to look at it in the morning. I'm just telling you, it could have that bounce early, and then we'll reevaluate it at 7 a.m. So there you are, Janica. I'll definitely take a look at that and LITM in the morning because I definitely want to see what both of them are up to right there. And there's a huge volume spike on Amazon in the last hour of trading Friday, so somebody knows something. Yeah, he was getting married, so they bought all the wedding gifts, I'm sure, through Amazon. No, I'm just kidding. That does look really good right there, and you can see it getting set up. So that did look good, and there you go with all them bad guys. And let's see, did I miss anything else? Let me see. And like I said, just trying to cruise right through so you guys can get back to enjoying your Sunday evening right here. And it is a short week, and it could be a little bit of a weird one. I'm actually going to run out there and try to get everything finished, set up there in the shed office, and you guys will get to see what it looks like inside with all the monitors and all that good jazz. And you saw the patio I made, and I put the fire pit up there already in the grill. I think I'm going to go get one of them flat things, whatever the hell they're called. What are they? What are they called? Blackstones or something? I forget what the heck they're called, but I think I'm going to get one of them bad boys, and that'll be pretty cool. So I'll make it look cool over there. Anyway, that's what I was up to, and definitely a long weekend moving them things. They were heavy as hell. They're 2x2, 2 foot by 2 foot paved like walking stepping stones or whatever, 2 foot by 2 foot. They're pretty big and heavy, big concrete things. They weigh like 50 or 60 pounds, and I definitely what I have 36 of them. I moved around, so yeah, it was pretty good workout in the heat. I know my head was just like, that's enough. I passed out early last night. I know I posted like, what's everyone up to? And then I just passed out. So that's why I didn't respond to anyone last night. I was out cold. Anyway, so that was a pretty good little market review for the week. And again, it's going to be a short week here coming up. So we will be on at 7 a.m. And K Dog, how are you? IREN. We did check it out. I forget what I said. It was in the top. And I said probably to watch that one for some momentum in the morning. I'm sure that's what I said on that because it looks like it could keep that momentum right there for IREN. And we can look at that one as well at 7 a.m. K Dog. So, because like I said, that one's probably going to run up some more at 4 a.m. But then you have to reevaluate them at 7 because it's a crazy market nowadays, and it starts out at 4 a.m. It's like pre-market, and 7 comes along. It's like a readjustment, and 9:30 opens the market. It runs and closes at 4, and then you still run until 8, and then it runs all night and after hours. And do I have a name for the new office in the shed? I do not. So if anyone wants to think of a cool name, go for it. We'll make a cool name for my new shed office. That's what I just call it, my shed office, because it's a shed that I made an office. But someone think of a cool name, and we'll start calling it that. And yeah, I'm gonna really be working out there every day. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. And I am looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm going to go out there now and finish getting things set up. I was waiting for a couple adapters in Dougie's Den. That works. Dougie's stock den or something like that. So we'll have to think of something pretty cool for that. We'll definitely throw some names around. Dougie Stockton. There we go. I'll write that down and we'll think of some cool ones. So everyone think of a cool name. The Fresh Pick Shack. I like that. That's pretty cool too. So yeah, everybody think of something fun. And we'll try to rename my new office out there. And there you go. You guys don't even want to know. Dude, I'm a mess, guys. I'm telling you, I'm like retarded sometimes. I literally was I cut out the hole yesterday to recess the neon light, and then I was going to rehang it up. And of course, I fucking broke it. But the guy said he could fix it for me. So luckily, I bought it from like the dude that makes like all the neon signs for like the casinos and AC and like any big neon sign you see in my area in like Philadelphia. Like this dude's like the man. And his name's Lou. I'll have to post his website because if you live in this tri-state area, anywhere around here, this dude is like the man at neon signs. And yeah, I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I just did that. And I hit him up and he like literally responded in like 1 minute. And he was like, dude, send me a quick picture and I can probably fix it for you. And I was like, I hope so. And so yeah, Dougie's Neon Nook. And so yeah, he's like, dude, I'll be in your area real soon and I'll stop in and I'll fix it for you, no problem. So yeah, dude's awesome, and I'll have to post out his website and give him a good plug. I just have to look and see what his website is. I know I have it saved. And yeah, I wasn't expecting that to happen. I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? So yeah, I'm reckless sometimes, guys. I'm used to it. I break everything I put my hands on, and I get used to just having to fix shit. But something like that, I can't fix. So I'm used to fixing things myself until something like that goes down. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. So luckily, Lou's gonna hook it up. I'm almost positive that's his name. Like I said, I'll tweet out his site because you guys can see this dude makes like some killer neon sign. He actually made the neon sign. It's funny when he dropped off mine, he made the one for new ice cream parlor right up the street. I mean, we can walk to it, and it's awesome. It's like a Hershey's one, and it is the bomb. I'm telling you, this dude has the right idea right there. And it's always packed, and they're super nice people, and he does a lot of community stuff, and he's been doing really well with that little ice cream parlor. And God bless him. He's a hardworking dude. But yeah, the guy Louis had made my sign, and he was like, "Holy cow, dude!" He's like, "I had to drop it off at that ice cream shop." He's like, "I made all their signs." Like I said, this dude makes everyone's good signs, and he's the man. So I'll give him a good plug and post out his website if anyone's looking for a real neon sign. That's what he'll even tell you. He even straight up told me, he's like, "Look, man, this is like real neon. Like, he's like, I don't even know if it's gonna work in your videos. It might be too bright, but if that's what you want, I'll gladly make it for you." I made it for the studio. It was supposed to go right here. That's what the measurements were for. And I turned it on, and it was so bright. I was like, he knew what he was talking about. Now I have to figure out a spot to hang this thing. And then I put it out there, and of course I break it. But no, I just like dude, it's so, I mean, it's so fragile. I was just hanging it up, and I hit the neon. I hit the O with the screw gun, and that was a wrap. It was like I was like, oh shit, that was crazy. And so yeah, I wasn't really laughing at the moment, but I'm laughing now because that's the story of my life, and luckily the dude can fix it for me. So he's the man, and I'll give him a good plug. Like I said, I'll post out his website. You guys can see he has all kinds of cool neon signs on there. And I know he does the ones in like Atlantic City and stuff. The dude does huge neon signs, like awesome neon signs. So he's the neon guy, that's for sure. And now he's got to fix my neon sign because I'm a disaster, guys. So there you go. And that's that for our Sunday night. So I'll let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And Bitcoin is at 108.5. So it was cruising right around 109, back up there. And I'm telling you, crypto is getting rolling. It is setting up, and it's going to be flying even higher, guys. So I've been telling you this for a while. And yeah, so just be careful. Laptop Travel said be careful this week, traders. And that's why I was saying the same thing. Laptop Travel, I agree 100%. Weeks like this are them weird weeks. Honestly, I kind of didn't even have it in perspective that it was closed this Friday. I knew 4th of July was coming up, and it was like a week away, but didn't even really realize it was going to be, this Friday. And so, yeah, that's going to be a strange week for sure with a 4th of July Friday and the market closed. But and then the options, like I said, the market's technically closing. I guess at Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock, it does that sometimes. So on holidays like this. So we will be watching the market closely to know if it's going to pull back at all or what's going to be happening. And we will attack the market and lock in profits and start getting ready for these full weeks and the rest of summer. Like I said, even if the market wants to pull back a little bit, it's perfectly fine. We'll play it accordingly, but it is going to be flying really soon, guys. And we're going to take full advantage of it and be crushing the market. So, we're going to be crushing in the Discord. They already are, and I'm joining with them, and we're going to be destroying it. So there you go, everybody. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. And anybody new tuning in, we do this live show every night at 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday night. This week it'll go Sunday through Wednesday night. Yeah, because the market is closed on Friday. Yeah, so we'll look at it Wednesday night for Thursday. And then we do our pre-market show every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And obviously this week it'll just be Monday through Thursday with 4th of July on Friday there. So if you're new, greatly appreciate you tuning in. We go through the market. We always pick out all the poppers. It is going to be a little bit of a weird week for sure, but we'll dissect it. You guys know that, and we'll know what we're getting into, and we'll just play it safely. Again, it's better. It's really smart to be patient and safe, especially on these holiday weeks like this. So we will definitely be paying attention to what is going on. And so yeah, Laptop Travel says he's just dropping in. He's in Bali right now. So this dude's been traveling like crazy. Laptop Travel's been on a plane nonstop. His daughter is adorable too. He sent me a picture of her on the plane, and she was just kind of hanging out, so happy looking. And she's like a world-class traveler, guys. I mean, his little girl travels all the time. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, he's just been traveling like the whole world over there. It's pretty wild. But he did say, be careful, traders, this week, and a correction is coming, fear. And that's what I've been saying as well. You see these things way at the top, and you kind of just know. And we've gone through it before. It does like to pull back towards the middle of July and kind of pull back summertime to get ripping in September. So we are playing it accordingly, just like that. And I would say, honestly, on a Sunday night, very hard for a pick of the day. I'll tell you what, though, I do like FedEx right there. FedEx is looking good to set up, and it may hit this resistance up here, 232 tomorrow, but I do think it's setting up for this week. So we'll keep an eye on FedEx right there, and UPS is setting up as well. So them two look pretty good right there, and you can keep an eye on my size, MYSZ, and AUUD for some momentum plays. So that's what the market looks like this Sunday night. And I would say that is everything right there. Let me just take a quick look. I forgot to look at the old stock twits and see what was. Oh, it was all crypto. I already know. I did look at it already. We don't even have to because we already went through them all. It was all the crypto ones, and they were all trending there. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a good market review, and that UVXY will print really nicely, guys. And I would say watch for it to get down into the 17 area, and that's when you're going to see it. And look at it, it's trying to curl up. I think you have a little bit of pullback there, so that's why I do think there's a little bit of something coming up, and we don't want to get caught. We want to play it smart, because last time I got a little too aggressive. I told you what happened, and as they started to do exactly this, and then I got caught up and definitely gave back some profits. So I wanted to make sure we don't do that right here. And honestly, just make sure we're playing it appropriately. And we know what their other ones are popping up, but some of these can be a little bit wild here, especially you look at your SPY up here. I mean, look at it, got over that support line. It made it a resistance, made a support, jumped up, but you could have it pull back and stay in this channel now. So we want to keep an eye on that and make sure we know exactly what it wants to do on this short week. So just giving you guys a heads up, if we're not real aggressive this week, that's why, I'm just trying to play it safe, and I'd rather play it safe and smart than get aggressive on a holiday week when it could get real wild. So just giving you a quick heads up. FedEx, I'm telling you guys, keep an eye on this. And like I said, I don't know if it's exactly going to be popping tomorrow, but it's absolutely setting up for this week, even next week. So I would say keep a good eye on FedEx. It is looking pretty good right there. And there you go, guys. So thanks again for everybody tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and to YouTube and X and all that good stuff, and like it. And we're back to our normal show format with our laptop travel list and our Jolie's Jams, and we'll get cruising along. And again, we'll kind of just put a perfect watch list together, see what's getting set up, what's going to be popping. We'll keep an eye on it, and I think I'll have a better chance of doing it now. Like I said, I'll be a little more organized out in that office, and just doing the shows right here now, and everything's going to be sweet. So I am looking forward to it, guys. I hope you guys are excited. Again, we might not be aggressive this week, but get ready, and we'll be keeping an eye on the market. If it looks good, we will be. I just don't want to get caught up in it on a holiday week when it's getting up there. Just giving you a quick heads up, and there you go for our market review. I will see you guys at 7 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence, everybody. And thanks a lot for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. And have a good night, everybody. And thank you, Doge Mom and 9 and Laptop Travel, Louis Rodriguez and K-Dog and Janica. And Sam was on here, and John Kerry, Fly Eagles Fly. And I know there was somebody else. I forget who it was. They didn't have a picture. Anyway, a bunch of people. Appreciate everybody tuning in and anybody commenting. So thank you again, and I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. And have a good night, everybody.